Right then, welcome back to the channel. In the last 24 hours or so, there's been a rumour emerge. Emiliano Martinez to Manchester United. Now, this rumour surfaced yesterday, and it did surface via The Sun, which we know is a tier 4 or 5 sort of reliability. It hasn't been picked up by Ornstein, Romano, Laurie Whitwell, or anyone with any sort of credibility. So we should be viewing this sceptically, but I'm going to assess whether or not Martinez is a good fit for Manchester United, and I'm going to assess what this means for Onana, because I do think that there's some stuff going on here. Now, when you look at the performances of both keepers over the 24-25 Premier League season, you see Aston Villa sitting up there, currently at least, in a Champions League spot, and you see United basically in the Champions League spots of relegation, right on the cusp of it, essentially. And you presume both goalkeepers must have just done vastly different. But that's not the case. Martinez has got a 67.9 save rate with 8 clean sheets, and Onana has got a 68.9% save rate with 9 clean sheets. They are incredibly comparable on very, very basic shot stopping. Martinez outperforms Onana on aerial dominance. He comes and claims about twice as many crosses compared to Onana. He also has a far better penalty saving record, 50% penalty saves compared with Onana's 25% penalty saves, which actually 25% is bang on what the XG reckons it should be. And that does align with Martinez's sort of reputation as a bit of a penalty specialist. And I wonder, has that reputation as a bit of a penalty specialist, someone that performs well in penalty shootouts, carried more than his actual goalkeeping ability has? When you start to look into the advanced metrics, you see that actually Onana's save per XG sort of rating has got him being +1, which is, he's saved one more than he should have done. Martinez's is plus 0.1, meaning that he's basically bang on exactly what XG reckons he should have been. There's not a lot in that, really. There's not enough to be like, oh my god, he's massively outperformed, he's massively underperformed. It's pretty negligible, that, really. One interesting one that I found, though, was looking at the distribution. And Onana's distribution has really confused me this season. 26.8% long ball accuracy. It's almost like we've thrown a ball away. Now, how much of that is that we've mostly been going to Højlund, who's horrendous at holding the ball up, and how much of that is, he's going to the likes of Ollie Watkins, sometimes Amadou Onana is the one that he goes to. That can help. Now, it's 38.8% versus 26.8%. Again, there's a difference there, but it's not huge. Onana remains a lot better in short passing and when being pressed. Martinez as well at 32 years of age does command the box better and has a great presence, but I don't think he's anywhere near as good as Onana when it comes to pure ball playing. And even Onana, the Onana that we've seen hasn't been the ball playing Onana that we saw from him at both Ajax and Inter. And I do think there's a lot of narrative going into this with him. Since he joined us back in 2023, Onana's tenure has been challenging, and there's been quite a lot of high-profile errors. 9 errors leading to goals, which is the highest in the league since he joined. You've seen Matic come out and call him one of United's worst goalkeepers ever, which I don't think is true, but the fact that he can say that, and some people do agree with it, certainly not good. And then he does that on the eve of them playing us, and he has a clanger in that game. Schmeichel has defended him, said that he needs patience. Fans are completely divided on him. Some are frustrated by his inconsistency, both when it comes to shot stopping and the build-up play. A lot of us expected the elite distribution that we saw from him at Inter, and we haven't seen. Now, I would like to know why. Now, at Inter, under Inzaghi, he played as a sweeper keeper behind a back three, which you go, well, that sounds familiar. But when go and watch the Champions League final alone, you'll see him in like the number 6 position, sending balls forward, being so comfortable against teams that are high press, very proactive off his line, very, very good with the ball. I mean, what we're seeing at the moment, he is literally just giving us... It's very, very basic, and he's doing it to a decent standard when he's playing the short balls. But let's be honest, you're playing a fucking 10-yard pass. I expect you to complete all of the passes that you make in that realm. That wasn't what he was doing at Inter. He was stepping out of the box at Inter. He was getting on the ball and launching it forward. It was different. It was so different to what we're seeing. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen him in possession outside the box for United, whereas at Inter, you used to see that all the time. And I think these long balls that we've seen him launched are very much a case of alleviate pressure sort of balls. Yes, we don't have a great target man for us to go to. Inter arguably did. I think Aston Villa have got a couple more options for Martinez to aim for. But does that change massively? Because his whole medium and long range kind of passing just looks different. His whole confidence and style looks totally different in a Manchester United shirt. And it's something that I can't fully explain, to be honest with you. Now, semi-reliable sources, Athletic, BBC, are indicating that United are not prioritising a goalkeeper signing this summer, instead focusing on reinforcing the attack and midfield and possibly the defence. Amorim reportedly does want to upgrade the goalkeeper. Whether or not we've got the money to invest in a major striker, I don't know. Martinez being linked to us, again, it's in the sun, so you take it with a fistful of salt. But there's, there has been some talking about Diogo Costa as well. And, I'm sure on the back of the performance at the weekend, there might be some about Dean Henderson coming as well. And despite some potential Saudi interest in Onana, it looks like you're probably going to be having him for another year. And, like I said, and some people were correct to pull me up on it, I said I thought he had a great first season. I was talking purely about the Premier League because, I think his errors in the Champions League literally cost us. But he did have a good season in the Premier League. He was literally top of the save percentages with nearly 75% shots saved. Genuinely ridiculous. So, I don't know what's happened to him this season. If he has another season like this season, there will not be another season beyond this, even if there is a season. The talk that we're getting at the moment, United aren't prioritising it, doesn't mean that they won't action it if something comes across that they really want to do. So my gut feeling is this Emi Martinez link is probably a load of old cake. His age, his contract, the cost doesn't really stack up with what United would want to do. In the same article, he's actually linked with Barcelona. And at the moment, there isn't anywhere that I could see Manchester United and Barcelona going head-to-head for a player. And I go, well, of course he's going to choose United. It just doesn't add up. So that's my thoughts. Please let me know yours in the comments below on anything that I've said, whether that's about Onana, whether that's about Martinez or anything. And I will catch you lot in the next one. Laters.